Yay! All right, we in the right place? I think we're in the right place. So yeah, we ended, and it was like, and then we get to the top, and there's all these people waiting, and we're like, and they're like, "You look lost." I'm like, well, "Are we waiting for people? What are we doing?" You know, because like, "Oh no, relax, we got time." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
So he lives on an island. Is it just him on the island?
No,
or
it's a big island. So
a bunch of people live on it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's like if you had to get, so like if you were going to Tampa and there was no Courtney Campbell.
Okay.
They just ferry you over. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was neat though, you know, because it was it's one of the places that Discovery Channel, one of the guys fish out of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know. So, and of course it was foggy and rainy the whole time.
Well,
yeah, I know, it's Seattle.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the trip to Audio Control, which brings up a really good point. If you guys haven't watched the video on Audio Control, which I know Shane here hasn't, we'll get to who this is in a minute. Make sure you head over here on YouTube to the Audio Control visit that we did, because what you want to do is you want to watch it. You want to leave a comment, and then one of our comments is going to allow you to win this here. This is not a bunch of squiggly, like, these are all signatures of the people from Audio Control. This is the LC 1.800. We're giving it away to whoever has the best comment that we all love. So that's all you got to do. Just leave a wonderful comment, some constructive criticism, what you like, what you didn't like, preferably what you liked, and that's it. That's all you got to do. Fernando grew a beard. So yeah, make sure you do that. We'll talk about that more. Shane here is Shane Neville.
Hi.
Hi. So for those of you who've never seen Shane Neville before, we've had him on the show. Is this your second time or third time?
Second.
Second time.
But I'm always here in spirit.
Oh, you're definitely always here for it. So a little bit of backstory. Shane works for Skar Audio. It's right here on his shirt. It's the other side. I know it's backwards.
Yeah.
It screws with your head. How we know him, other than him working at Skar, is we were competitors for a very long time. I worked at a place called AVE. You worked at a place called
Audio.
And it was like that cartoon where you'd fight the whole time, and then you'd get off of work and you'd be like, "Hey man, what's going on?" Like, "Hey, what's going on?" "Hey,
Right.
cool. All right. How's your wife?" "My wife's good." "Oh, that's cool. Daughter good?" "Yeah, she dance." "Yeah."
You go to Disney?
Yep. Go to Disney. Boba Fett. Yep. So now that he doesn't, both places are closed, which is funny. Both of them are out of business.
It's not my fault.
No, it's not my fault either.
Okay.
I mean, I
don't think you did anything.
I didn't do anything. I didn't kill anybody. You know, but
Did you just say that?
Look, you take that any way you want. Anyway.
You could Google it, I guess, right?
Oh, no, don't even do
geez.
that. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get this working. I don't even know if I can figure this out. Oh, there it is. Live now.
Thanks,
All right.
David.
So anyways, he's going to be filling in for Fernando today. Car stereo installer, technician, fun guy. Basically me with a beard and no hair. Oh, let me turn the mute. Oh, let me mute it. Fernando is at the Truck and Monster Jam with his son. The reason why the Team Morel hat here is because Shane is a big fan of Morel, has been for as long as I have, as far as I know. And Morel was nice enough to send us 2 of these, and I had one, Fernando had one, and Fernando came in and said, "Hey man, I know how big of a Morel fan you are, so you can have my hat." So Shane gets the cool Team Morel hat, and then of course we were talking about the new, not new anymore because these have been out for a while. These are the Ultra Carbon, Virtus Ultra Carbon Integras, and the reason why I thought it was relevant is if you guys caught the 2020 show. So let's talk about Morel for a minute, because why not? I love talking about Morel. 45th anniversaries this year, and they're coming out with new 45th anniversary products. 2 products that are really excited is they have 2 new amplifiers. Did I tell you about these yet?
No.
So they have a 150 watt AB class DC straight amplifier.
You told me, I think, something about there's no like bass boost.
So there's no bass boost, there's no crossovers, no DSP, there's no nothing. There's a left gain and a right gain, and it's 150 watts at 2 ohm or 4 ohm.
Yeah.
So there's little fuses that you jump internally because they didn't even want to put that circuit in that auto detects because they didn't want to screw with it. So they actually put in a manual circuit to do that. So it's like old school AB
like, remember
class.
the X-Stand amps? They used to take
or that cool little Orion over there on the wall.
You guys can't see it.
Yeah, they've seen it before. Yeah, that has dual gain controls.
Yeah.
But I think that has a bass boost because those had that little 45 hertz, 60 or 12 dB bass boost. I was like, oh, it doesn't sound good. Boom! Oh my God, that's amazing! Like double the power.
Right.
So they make that, and then they make a Class D 1,000 watt. So Morel's finally gonna have a 1,000 watt amplifier. I'm super excited about that because I have the little 500 that is never gonna get put in my car. But now I'll have a 1,000 that I'm gonna buy that'll never get put in my car. Which is cool.
But everybody usually does the opposite. They come out with the 1,000 watt amp first,
and then they come out. Yeah, I know. Then the well, you know. But the reason why I thought this was relevant is another speaker that Morel introduced is a 4-inch version of this. So you're gonna have a 4-inch that is that skinny, and it looks awesome. So if you guys aren't following Morel on Instagram, definitely want to head over there and do that so you can see how sexy the little 4-inch version of this is. Robert Van Hoyt says the Kicker LLC is just an LLC designed not to burst into flames with high-power factory amplified systems. Are we talking about the KISS? The KISS lock is a 4-ohm high-level to low-level adapter that's just what it is. The new one, on the other hand, is going to be totally different. So they have a new, can you explain a new Kicker LLC? So Kicker is coming out with a new LLC, all right? High-level to low-level adapter. And what's unique about it, and I've known about this for like a while now, and it's really irritating the hell out of me. It's because I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. So there's things like, there's a lot of things I can't still talk about. So for those of you that are worried about like, oh, they didn't come out with this, I still can't talk about a lot of things. That's all I can say. But the new Kicker LLC is designed to make installation revolutionary. Okay, so
for like, who?
For the people putting it in, installers, salesmen alike. So imagine this as we will. Let's spin a story. Let's let Dean do story time. So we were just talking before the show started about the future of amplifiers and integration and fun stuff like that. Yeah. So imagine if you could sell an LLC, 2-channel LLC that was smart. So it had a DSP built into it and had an analyzer built into it. So it was able to look at the signal that was coming in, analyze it, figure out what it's doing, and fix it. Would that not be cool? That would be really cool, right?
That would be really cool, yeah.
So this LLC, now picture this. What if you had LEDs on it that told you, let's say you're hooking up a sub amp. So you put this thing in and it has LEDs on it that say this is a highs amp, this is a mid amp, this is, you know, so it'll pass highs, it'll pass mid, it'll pass sub. It has those LEDs on it. You're tying into a sub amp. Think of like a Tahoe back in the day when you grab the door speaker instead of the center console, and then they'd be like, dude, there's no bass. Okay, so if your LOC had a light on it that turned on to tell you that that sub signal was there, that would be cool, right?
Yeah.
And for all the DIYers at home that are trying to put stuff in, that would be cool.
Right, like the old Suburbans where they used to grab signal, that little 3-inch speaker.
Yes, and they're like, I don't understand why. So
I don't have bass.
This would tell you, hey, that light's not on, that means there's no sub sound here, don't tap that speaker. And then you could literally move it around to the next one until you find the right one.
So they're LEDs for installation, not for like on the fly listening to music.
Well,
like
no, it's not like a peak light. No, it's not that. It's not that. Now, there are LEDs for that. Okay, so there's a whole bank of LEDs on it to tell you what the hell's going on. I jumped the gun. No, it's okay. But, so, all right, so hold on a second here. So that would be really cool. Well, that's what it is. Now, another application would be if, let's say, you have a front tweeter, front mid, rear sub, and all that fun stuff, and you're like, hey, you know, what do I do? Because it's only 2-channel input. So you can actually grab a summing device and sum all those channels in, feed it into this 2-channel DSP decoder, and it'll fix it all and spit out the flat signal. So for those of you at home, you could see this. So this is a signal coming out of a factory radio, all right? It looks like crap, right? It's just like nobody wants to amplify that or start with that because you have to DEQ the hell out of that. Well, with this processor tied in, when you're done, it looks like that. That took 4 minutes for that processor to do.
So is that with just that processor, or is that with that subbing device as well?
No, that's just the processor. That's not cool. Like, yeah. So yes, it's going to have distortion LEDs. Now, here's the deal. Obviously, everyone is excited about it because it's brand new tech. I've had the benefit of knowing about it for like a long time, and I've seen it work, and it's like, you know, I want to tell everyone. I can't. They're as excited about it as I am. Joe, the guy that works in the department, head of, you guys have seen Joe. He's been on the kicker. If you don't know who Joe is, or you've never seen him, watch either the amp dyno on the 801 that we did for kicker, or just watch the whole video and he's in the end. He's going to be here in February, and we're going to do a whole show on this. Like, he's literally coming here, or I'm going there. I don't know which one, just so we can do more information on this. That's how important this thing is.
That's pretty awesome.
Now, the other side of this, of course, is, are you familiar with the kicker key?
Yeah.
So the kicker key...
I've not installed it, though, but I'm familiar with it.
So and this is the catalyst for all of this, is this kicker key. So this was designed by a guy named Fernando that works for them, who's been on the show when we did live from there. He was my co-host. He's a real cool guy. He's self-taught. Like, he's a self-taught engineer. He wanted to build this stuff, so he taught himself everything. He taught himself DSP. He hired a guy to teach him trigonometry and calculus and all this. He's one of those guys you just go, where do you find the time?
Yeah.
But turns out, like, his grandfather was also a self-taught engineer, like builds high rises. And
so you're
shit
saying
like
it's
that.
like in his genes?
I think it's in his gene. They just want to do things the hard way and not go to college and stuff like that. Although he tried to go to college, but they wouldn't let him in. So
yeah, I mean, we all do things the hard way. Sometimes we do things more than once.
Yeah. Are you talking about marriage?
No, actually, no. I was talking about car audio and work and.
What's up, Vega? Yeah. So anyways, the kicker key was a catalyst for all this, because what this has the ability to do is read the signal in, figure out what's going on, and then it gives you a center image and an EQ curve, all like sexy in your car. So it's one of the scariest things ever. I have this in Haley's car, and when we did it, the video we have up, of course, it's done great. I just checked, it's almost like 100,000 views on that video.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, it's pretty funny. On a kicker key. But so what this does is it has a microphone that goes where the headrest is, and you play pink noise, and it does all this stuff, kind of like the old Pioneers did.
Yeah.
And it figures it all out, and then when you're done, there's an on-off switch, and you literally sit in the car, and it's like this, 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 this. So this technology is what's leading to the rest of the technology. Once they had their basic footprint in, now this is coming out into this year. They're going to have the kicker key. 501. So what that'll do is that doesn't need a microphone, because that only has to analyze the signal. So you put the sound disc, thumb drive, whatever, you play the test tone, and it'll fix bass roll off. It'll fix, like, if there's no sound there. I'm not saying that like they've showed me stuff, but they've showed me stuff. Hold on. Go ahead.
See it.
Yeah. Okay. So if this, all right, rotate. So let's say this is your sub signal coming out of your car, all right? That would suck, right? With the new kicker key sub amp, this is what it's going to look like when it's done. That's sexy.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. So just a little bit of like.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. These companies are evolving.
Well, another thing too that just happened. See, the other thing too is like. I know you're going, hold on. So this, which you're familiar with audio control, because you guys have sold audio control.
Yeah, I installed a lot of them.
Yeah, and Skar actually was selling this for a while.
Yeah, they're a great
partner. Yeah. So you're familiar with LC2i.
Yes.
So this is the LC2i Pro, which has been all in the news this week about how cool it is. I love my Hertz Milli series speakers. Brian, yes you do. DIY right there. You know it, Robert. This stuff is all for you, bro. So you've installed the LC2i, and the biggest problem with it was using Acubase, right? Because you could never get it right.
Yeah, you could never dial it in right.
Boom. LED, Acubase light. When you dial it in, it turns on, done. It's freaking cool.
So why don't they just have a button, no dial? Just be like...
Do you mean to auto do it?
Yeah.
Slow it down, man.
Well, it's DIY guys. I'm looking out for those guys.
Well, okay.
Those are the guys we cater to. The DIY guys.
At Skar? Yes, definitely. But the cool thing is, this also has load resistors built into it now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you just flick the switch and you have your load resistor. Hey, Daniel, thank you so much. All right, hold on. And we got one more. Hang on. Oh, nope, Daniel. All right, cool. Thank you, Daniel.
I've been wanting to read these things.
I know. We'll get to them in a minute. Don't worry. We'll get to your questions in a minute. I just want to fill Shane in, because we don't get to talk as much as we like, and there's a lot of cool stuff, and I feel like telling him is also what we're telling you. So that's a lot of cool to go around. So this guy, they also have the LC1i too now.
Okay.
So the LC1i was actually the catalyst for this. So the LC1i is a high level to low level without AccuBase, but a line driver.
Oh, nice.
So here on this side, it has the power and a set of RCAs. And on this side, it has the speaker level in. So you can do speaker level in, or you can do line level in and use that as a line driver.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Can I throw something at you that
Yes.
I've always wanted when I installed?
Yeah.
Was when this first came out, we always wanted multiple outputs, like a front, rear, and sub, and a 2-channel input. So
Right.
full range signal in, and then you have 3 amplifiers, and you're wiring them all off. Wouldn't it
So
be cool if they kind of had it all there?
Well, that's the LC7i. Because
without having to get the LC7i.
Well, I mean, the LC2i will give you high and low.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could.
But it'll just give you one output. So if they have
these give you 2. So the LC2i and the LC. So this is main output,
Right.
which is so whatever you're feeding it in. If you're feeding it in a full range signal, that passes throughout the main.
Right.
And then you run it through AccuBase to go out to your sub. So essentially, if you buy this and you're just going to do a front stage.
Yes.
So like you have, let's say, an F-150. And it's non-amplified, non-Sony, no frills, 4-channel output. You can buy this, hook it up, come straight out of main into your highs amp, however you want to break that up, and then come out of the bass for your subwoofer.
So it was a 4-channel, you would just wire it off?
Yeah,
unless it had a switch
correct.
on the end.
Yeah, if you needed fader control, then you could just, if it had a switch, a 2-4 switch, you could just flick the 2-4 switch.
Okay.
You know, and that's what this was used for. Nowadays, because the reason, like most cars now have like some kind of crap going on in the back. Like you buy a car that has a backup sensor, and the back speakers are. So you'd want the LC7i to integrate that because you want to be able to retain the beepy beepy crap going on behind you. So that's where, you know, what are you gonna do? So 4 in, 4 out sucks. So on the LC7i, at least it's like. Yeah, in that one scenario, it's kind of like a grenade where you just need like a firecracker, but it's the best thing.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony asked a question. Hold on, let me scroll back here because all right, hold on. I want to go back. Am I gonna be able to go back? What is happening? Wow, this is not giving me a lot. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can find. Fernando for president. Anthony asks, what is the difference with Skar audio bass and JL audio bass? Ooh, and I only asked that because I knew it would be a tough question. And Anthony's a good friend of the show. He does a YouTube channel too.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Well, I know it was too. And
this is fun for you.
Just a little bit.
Thanks, guys.
So the other thing too, that just to give us a little bit on our history, is he was the Rockford dealer. And Rockford,
who was?
You guys were the Rockford dealer, and JL, and we were everything else. So like we did Orion when that was popular, and then we did Kicker, and you guys were everything we weren't. So it was that like they'd come in to his store and he'd be like, we have Rockford and we have JL, and we'd come down to us and we're like, we have Orion and we have Kicker, you know. And then eventually you guys lost Rockford, and we picked it right up.
No, we lost JL.
Well, you lost.
We had Rockford, but we let Rockford go because they went to Best Buy, and they remember those little P1 subs with the plastic.
Yeah.
As soon as they did that, we were like, there too many came back, so we kind of let them go. But we did lose JL because of sales. Like sales went down for everybody.
Well, yeah, that was 2000.
And with JL, it's like you have to spend this much money, or
we won't even go down that road. Fun, right?
They're a great company, though.
So, what's up, John Niedermeyer? He's another good friend of the show. Drove all the way down here on vacation.
What's with the Skar JL? Is this something that I don't know about?
No, I don't know anything about Skar JL. I just thought it was funny that Anthony asked that, and so I was like, I wanted to just throw it at you because I think. So I think what the question is not necessarily JL. Okay, so let's not look at it as JL, but let's look at, because I'm not a subwoofer guy.
Right.
Okay, so I call it subwoofer. And hold on. So, move your hand. Yeah, let's move the pinky. So this is a subwoofer, as we all know. This is ridiculous in the sense that it is a monster. I don't want to hurt the Morels. So I think when you look at, let's say, what's the thought process behind this as compared to, let's say, what would be like a P2 or a JLW, whatever. You know, that normal, because I feel like there's a divide between what is Superwoofers, Skar Audio, Sundown, that whole group, and then everything else. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
It does. I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel or anything. It's a subwoofer, it's a speaker. The thing is ours is really heavy.
Anthony, I noticed everything goes to Best Buy ends up dying. Yes. And that's why Kicker didn't go to Best Buy. They went to Walmart. Oh, don't get me started on that one. I get super pissed at
You
people.
did this to me.
I know, this is way fun.
Can I say bad words? No?
Don't
I was
cuss.
gonna.
No, your daughter's going to watch this later.
She understands.
Yeah, but mine...
No.
No. A lot of kids watch it, so we try not to cuss too much.
Okay.
Every now and then I'll drop like a bad word, and then everyone goes, "Oh my God, Dean just cussed," and I was like, "My bad. I didn't mean to." Yeah, I did, but I do it for effect, people. I do it for effect. Anyway, so go ahead. What do you got? You got anything? I mean, I know I'm throwing you on the spot here, and I know you're gonna be pissed at me later for doing it.
It's pretty evil.
It is
to
evil.
do something like this because I work for a company.
Oh no, I don't want you to bash the company by any stretch of the imagination.
I couldn't because like I said on the last time, if it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't be here.
And there again, I don't look at it as a bad thing. I'm looking at it as a strictly like, what's the thought process behind, let's say, this, and then the thought process behind. So I mean, it's okay. If this will make you feel better.
You almost dropped it.
I know. I got another one, and it ain't yours.
No.
This one's a Mojo.
It's a pretty sub.
It is, dude. It's freaking gorgeous.
It is attractive.
Yeah, it's very sexy. So the sad thing is I don't think I have any like basic woofers. I only have these. Like I only have super woofers and pancake woofers. All right. Well, okay. So the closest thing to a normal woofer I have. And there again,
I don't consider that a normal woofer.
This? No.
No.
Okay. So this is a JL. I'm sorry.
It's not.
This is a Kicker L7 Q
Don't
class.
listen to him. It's a Kicker.
No, it's totally a Kicker. But okay. So like if this is a 12, which is almost as tall as this 8.
Right.
So if I had this 12 here, it would be up to here.
Right.
So, and the only reason why I threw this question to you is because I'm not this guy. Like,
Right.
I don't understand this.
But you don't have to be this guy.
No.
Because you can have this subwoofer in your car and not put it to its max and still get the same performance that you would from
This.
a regular style.
A regular
subwoofer.
style woofer.
I would think this is not a regular.
This ain't a regular style.
Okay.
This is their idea of crazy.
But
On
so
the
we
light
wanted
side.
to come up with something that was cost effective for the end user because we are pretty much direct to consumer.
Let me tell you what, Ada. If you want to know how, this is the guy that will tell you how to put a radio in a 93 Honda Civic.
Oh, are we bringing up the Civic already?
No, he doesn't know that you're a big Civic guy. He doesn't know.
94 hatch, EG.
Bubble all the way. Pod 1, baby.
It was sexy.
It was sexy. What color was it? It was green, right?
It was Suzuka Blue for all you Honda fans.
Okay.
If my wife's watching, she's like,
that's
geez,
great kicker.
here we go.
No, I told them all that you were big, but Ada didn't watch that, so he wouldn't know.
Okay.
I've tested the ZVX8, and it's definitely a solid subwoofer. That's Hi-Fi Vega. You know,
Yeah.
you know who Hi-Fi Vega is, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've never talked to him, but I know. You know,
Talk
it's
to you if you wanted to.
hi, Vega.
He's a big fan. He's a big fan of yours.
I don't know what to say about like comparing it to other drivers, but all I'm saying is, for the cost that you spend at the end on this driver, you get the performance you would out of a big sub or a smaller sub.
All right, so Johnny, who runs Loud and Clear out of Wiley, Texas, says, "Wait, what? You can underpower a subwoofer and not harm it?" That's a good question. No, that's serious. I mean, because everyone that buys a woofer automatically assumes that if you don't put 600 watts to it, you're gonna destroy it.
I know.
Go ahead.
I got to be careful what I say.
I understand, but don't.
Why are you guys doing this to me? Oh my! All right.
I'm never gonna be able to have Shane back on
God.
this show again.
No, I
We're
enjoy
gonna have to
it.
talk about
I
head
enjoy
units
it.
or something.
The people out there, just take it easy. Just relax.
They're gonna be nice on you.
They're not.
Dude, these
I'm
are
not
all
gonna
my
read the bad
friends.
ones. He'll read them.
They're all my friends. They're gonna be nice.
I know.
But okay, so I like Johnny's though. Let's go to that. Oh, who thinks you can underpower anything?
Yeah. So if you turn the volume down, your power turns down.
Is that how that works? Oh,
It's not a Dodge to where You tap into the sub signal, and the sub is just full tilt the whole time. No,
full tilt boogie.
When you turn the volume down, your wattage goes down.
Yes.
So you don't have to put
what,
1,000 watts to 1,000 watt RMS. Wait.
Okay.
RMS. Don't look at power, peak, max. Please go by RMS. Please go by RMS.
I always divide everything in half.
I know,
so
but
if it says 600, it's getting 3 all day long.
If it's a 1,200 watt max subwoofer, don't put 1,200 watts
so
to
the best one was Alpine, and not to hate on Alpine, because I don't. I love Alpine.
I like Alpine.
So the Type R has always been a 1,000 watt speaker. So Alpine made a 1,000 watt amp. So if you make a 1,000 watt speaker and a 1,000 watt amp, what happens? You buy the two, right? And you put them together. Well,
package.
Yeah, as a package. Well, you know what happens to an R-Type when you put 1,000 watts to it, right?
You own 600.
You own 2 pieces of an R-Type because that sucker's broke. Because that only handles, it's like you said, 600 watts. So,
right.
Yeah. Oh, no,
same
but
thing with ours. I mean, the peak is for like maybe 30-second bursts, and
30 seconds is a long time. You mean like 3 seconds?
It is, but that's well-tuned. Maybe a certain frequency.
Oh, let me hate an Alpine. Hey, from Norway. Was Fernando asleep for a year and grew a magnificent beard? Oh, I love that one, Victor. Good one. And he was asleep, so he lost his natural tan and got a tattoo that he's always wanted.
Hair.
So for those of you just tuning in right now or tuning in later or whatever, this is my buddy Shane Skar mixed together. Skane. This is my buddy Shane.
It's going to be our new line we're going to come out with.
Yeah, Scanes. This is my buddy Shane Neville. He works at Skar Audio. We've been friends for years, though. We were competitors when he worked for a local shop, so we've known each other for a great long time. Fernando's at the Monster Truck Rally poll, whatever the hell it is now, and I asked Shane to come in and fill in for him because I knew we'd have a good time. Reminisce about old times, asking your questions, and of course, I knew strange things like woofers and whatnot would come up, and I would really put him on the spot and make him feel uncomfortable, which I feel bad about.
He doesn't. I asked him last time not to do it, and he didn't, so I knew this time was going to be the one.
Sony stereo or Pioneer stereo? See, we just changed the topic. Fernando
Keep it coming, guys. Ken with Exelon.
Hey, from Mexico.
Wait, what happened?
No, you said I said Pioneer or Sony. And you said Ken with Exelon.
Was that wrong?
No, that was fine. I'm
sorry.
with you. I mean, I'm a big fan of those. So funny. Okay, so as an independent retailer, you look at who makes products that don't cause you headaches, and there's a lot of things out there that do that. And what am I looking at? Exelon. Oh yeah, Exelon. Totally Exelon. I'm a big Exelon fan. Yeah. There's no question about it. Everyone makes a radio. They're all good in their own way. Mm-hmm. If I was to buy, I don't like to say which one's better, but I like to look at it and say, if I'm going to buy a Pioneer, if I'm going to buy a Sony. Well, let's look at what the physical difference between the two. So when you look at a Sony, have you ever seen a Sony before?
Yes.
So it's a very simple to use interface. So like it's something you could hand to somebody and be like, plug in your phone, here's simple CarPlay, here's how you do the tuner. There's not a lot of back-end stuff that needs to be done.
Right.
It's very simple to use, and it sounds good. There again, you add into, P80. Come on, grow up. We're past that, Anthony. Need the Sony. GX9.
Stink.
Huh?
That's how you really feel about me?
Stink?
Skank.
Oh, no, that was the thing I actually made.
Well, I was just reading.
I know, it's good. Yeah, Shar, Skank. Skank series amplifiers. It couldn't be any worse than the VD series. Skank and VDs. We have Skank amps and VD series woofers.
What do you mean? What's wrong with VD?
I don't know if Venera knows these. As soon as I saw that one, I was like, really? You didn't think that one through? Maybe SD.
Maybe we did.
Maybe you did. Maybe you did. I suck at acronyms, so I hate anything that has anything to do.
Well, if you suck, you figured it out.
It was an accident.
We didn't figure it out.
But anyway, so looking at the Sony is a very simple to use, good sounding radio. Looking at the Pioneer has a lot more internal silly features going on. Like it has the time alignment, it has a deeper EQ, it has a bunch of stuff. And then you want to go even further, then you get into the Exelon, who has even more stuff. The one nice thing about the Exelon is I feel like the Exelon kind of bridges the gap between super easy and super hard, because the way it's set up is, when you use an Exelon, if you just want to go in and do a generic setup, everything is like, I have a 6.5, I want my sound to be higher.
Yeah.
I want it to fix my compressed media. And you just press buttons.
Yeah.
And it does all that. Or if you're an advanced user and you're like, no, I don't want to cross over at that. I want to cross over at this. You can go in and do that. So I feel like it's like the best of both worlds. It gives you this and it gives you that. Then again, the other thing that makes them all unique is that they all sound different. You know, when you put in a radio, like I used to say this about Alpine. Like Alpine had that Alpine sound to it. Like you'd put it in and play it and it'd be like, oh, that's an Alpine.
Yeah.
You know, you know it was an Alpine.
Before the clipping at 22.
Yeah, long before that.
Okay.
Anyways, so you would play, but you know, Pioneer has a distinct sound. Pioneer comes out of the box at the powerful, you turn it on, and it's like, oh man, dang, woo, yeah. Whereas a Kenwood comes out of the box set to 0. And I don't know what the Sony comes out because I never pay attention to that. But DNA watched the new Pack Ram Dash Kit video. I will get any better sound quality by going aftermarket with a radio if I already have a DSR-1 and audio control amps. Probably not. No, the only reason why you do like we were talking about, the only reason why you do that radio kit is to get features. Mm-hmm. So if there's not a feature that you don't need, like if you don't have CarPlay or Android Auto and you want CarPlay or Android Auto, you buy a new radio.
Yeah.
Does your car have Android Auto or CarPlay? No. You need a new radio. I'm just saying.
I would like to get one.
This
is my dilemma. You want to hear my dilemma?
Yes.
Okay. My daughter still watches DVDs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You don't have Disney. Oh, you do have.
Well,
Disney
I have Disney Plus too, but like, say if I'm not putting something in the headrest or in the overhead. Hey, are you listening to me?
No, I'm sorry.
Why am I
I'm sorry. Johnny made me laugh. He says, but the Ken only goes to 40 and Sony goes to 50. So your daughter still plays DVDs.
Yeah, or like if we have Disney Plus or Netflix and you want to watch a movie somewhere where you're not maybe supposed to.
Right.
Right? If I get one of the newer radios, there's no DVD player and you can't watch movies off your phone.
So
unless you do what? A converter that goes to audio video in?
Funny you should mention that. Way to go.
Have you talked about this yet?
No, I haven't. So one of the new features is coming out on the brand new Kenwood Exelon. What are they? I always get this wrong. They are the XRs. So they have 3 new XR-based radios. Are you familiar with the XR?
No.
So the 996, the 9906 are the XRs.
Oh, I'm familiar with those. Okay.
Yes,
okay,
those are the ones with the better screen. They have the 720 screen on them instead of the 480 screen. So they're going to come out with 3 versions of that for this year. So it's going to be the 7, and then they're going to have a mechaless version of it.
Okay.
Finally. So like right now they have the 706, which is a mechaless, but it's not a XR, so it doesn't have the better screen.
Okay.
So they're going to fix that problem this year with a version of that. However, up until this point, if you had an Android phone, you could wirelessly stream to your radio.
Oh, on an Android phone.
On an Android phone, because Apple doesn't provide that. They only provide link to an Apple TV. Okay, but there is an out. Okay.
Okay.
But no one has been able to read that. So this year, Kenwood is claiming that they are going to have a cabled out solution to go so that you can play your iPhone video content into your radio. It's not going to be HDMI. It's going to be over whatever it is they're doing. I think it's going to be USB. But you're going to be able to do that now on the 2020 Kenwood Exelon radios. So
that's pretty cool.
I know. Solved your problem. Give me 5. JVC I like better than Kenwood. There again, it's called the JVC Kenwood Corporation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different don't even get me started with those two guys. Don't have a Kenwood guy and a JVC guy in the same room together. Oh my God, Jesus. Yeah, that's a nightmare. But anyways, no, I understand what you're saying. But the fact that she still watches DVDs.
Well, she watches movies because we usually, like you go to little trips like Disney, the beach. Or
my
whatever.
daughter just sleeps. Haley just sleeps now.
No,
she passes out.
No, my daughter won't. She won't sleep.
Well, she's 8 though, so she doesn't have a phone yet.
What do you mean? She has.
Oh, she has a phone?
No, she has a phone, but she has like 3 tablets, my phone, my wife's phone.
I don't know, man. I think once they get their own phone, and
then she just got the Switch.
It's theirs. I think it's like.
Oh, she's asked, but I mean, I think it's a little soon.
Oh, it is. I said 10. Like
10.
Haley couldn't get her phone until she turned 10, and literally that morning when I came in to kiss her goodbye, she goes, "You know what today is?" Like, "Yeah, it's your birthday." She goes, "No."
It's the day I get a phone.
Today we're going to get my phone after work, and I go, wow, you remembered that? Because she was like 6 when I said, because like one of her friends had just gotten one. She said, when do I get my phone? I'm like, when you're 10. Smack the door shut. And that was the end of it. She's not one of those people that like argues the point.
Yeah.
She just, it's like when Facebook was relevant, she's like, why, in 9th grade, she's like, why can't I have a Facebook page? And I was like, because you're in 9th grade. You need to go through 9th grade without all this crap attached to yourself, you know, and worrying about what people do. Figure out 9th grade. Figure out what high school is going to have in store for you. Yeah. And then you can have a Facebook page. So the day after 9th grade ended, I set up her Facebook page. And she's like, I didn't tell her. I just set it up and used her email and all that crap.
Yeah.
And so she gets this email while she's in the bathroom. She comes screaming out, oh my God, I'm on Facebook, woo! You know, it was like the funnest thing for like 2 weeks. And then it was like anything else, just kind of goes away.
Yeah.
Who makes a fuse distribution block for 0 gauge in and 3 8 gauge out? Sky High. Sky High has one, I think. But what we would use, because we don't carry Sky High, is we'd use the new Stinger X-Style fuse holders. I'm surprised you guys didn't get into that more.
We're starting to get into more wiring and stuff. We
Yeah.
did it one time and then it didn't do good, but it's doing well. It's just, you know, people always have their comments on what you should do, but we're just trying to like.
It says Steve Mead on it, SMD, right? That's pretty much.
I like Steve.
I like Steve too, and I like Steve's product, which is another place you could go and have him make you one, if you want the best of the best. Thank you, sir. You know, if you're just looking for something simple. I like
those. Aren't those like interlocking, the Stinger ones?
The Stinger ones are interlocking, so you just build them out. So, like Steve, you just say, I need a 10-pole, and he'll build you a 10-pole, or you need an 8-pole, he'll build you an 8-pole. With the Stinger, they're interlocking and they're positive and negative.
Right, and they have jumpers, too.
They have jumpers.
So you can have one in.
Yeah. So everyone always freaks out when we do them, because we'll do them in the back, and I'll put like 3 in a row, and they'll be like 3 wires on one side, 2 on the other, because there's a jumper in there, and they'll be like...
What about the empty?
Yeah, why is there an empty one? What did you do? Did you forget? You screwed up?
I would have just put like fake wires in, right?
Rockford distribution blocks, 0 and 3 8 gauge out. Really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either, because I need a 3, because I need a 3. Like I need a 3 block, and I'm like.
But why do you need a 3?
Because we've been running. So for like when we do 2 amps in a DSP, I need 3 fuses.
Okay.
And 4 seems like a pain in the butt. Like we just did this big Audison system, and I needed 3. I needed a 3 block, and the ones I was using, Stinger had a 4, because I didn't have room to do those. That's the other thing too, is I like those X series. They're kind of bulky and they take up a lot of room. So I needed like 0 gauge, and I needed all this. So that was not going to happen. So I needed a 3, but we didn't carry one. So yeah, are they the T1 shells? T1 shells are nice. Yeah, we did 2 T1 shells in that.
They are nice.
Well, yeah. So like all right. So let's talk about shallow woofer for a second.
Why?
Because like your shallow woofer. Oh no. Okay. Why?
Which shallow woofer? Are you talking about the VD?
Is it the VD? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know your nomenclature that well. I'm going to be the first one to tell you.
Well, you're quick to say something about the VD.
Because I just know that, and it's funny, and it makes me laugh. Here, let me get these out of your way, because I know they're just bugging the hell out of you. So we had somebody. It was funny. We had somebody. So like we just got the Arc Audio Shallow Mount 12. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay, I got to show this to you, because you're going to love it.
Well, where's it at?
I'm grabbing it right now.
Hey, everybody.
You're going to like this, because you're going to immediately go, I know what that looks like. All right, hold on.
Stop.
Hey.
No, I mean, what it reminds me of is that, what was it, the Illusion?
It does remind you of the Illusion, but what does it really remind you of? You take them out of the doors of so many Corvettes.
Yeah.
Doesn't it not?
Yeah, like the 10-inch.
Yeah, those.
Inverted
magnet, which is exactly what it is. So what you have is an inverted magnet here, which gives you a totally flat pole piece. And the question we had, or the comment we had...
What about the seat?
Well, okay, so that was the thing we had. So we actually put this next to a P3 shallow mount Rockford. And when all was said and done, with the grill and this, that was a 1/2 inch taller.
Right.
So everyone was like, this big thing is going to get in the way. And it's like, no, it's not. Because this can actually be set in further. And you can countersink it.
Right, and this doesn't move.
And this doesn't move
so
at all.
So if it's underneath the seat of a truck where that little
so
hollow
where
space
this is sitting like this isn't going to hurt anything.
Right.
So you actually have built in the proper... So it was like, no, there's really, like, this is a great idea.
It is, especially for certain applications.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no perfect shell mount woofer that is just like, oh, that's gonna be. No, it's not like yours. Yours has a giant surround on it, and it's like, yes, it can go into a shallow box, but you're still gonna need 4 inches in front of it in order for it to do anything. Right. And you're not the only one. Like, you know, the L7T that we have sitting over there, it's the same basic idea. It's got this huge, and the T1 Rockford shallow. It's like, yeah, you have to put a grill on it, which we were talking about the other day.
Because it'll just sit on the floor on a
yeah, and it's just going to die. This is already put in, like, hey, sure, turn it over. It can't, you know, you've already built in this, like...
grill?
Yeah, as it were, you know. But isn't that cool?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I love it. I was like, dang,
I like it.
This is super sexy.
Have you heard it?
I have not. They just sent it to us this, last week. So I'm going to have Brian from ARC come in. I think February or March. I think March. We're going to have ARC in.
Oh,
and
cool.
we're going to do a special with this and put it in something, and get a box and all that fun stuff. But I like it. I think it's a cool idea. All right. What high to low converter you recommend for 2018 Silverado with Bose to do bass and highs? So obviously the best high level and low level converter still to this day that you can buy right now is the LC2i. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want best of the best, thank you. The LC2i is going to give you the ability to fix the bass roll-off that car has. However, if you have a 2018 Silverado without Bose, go and watch our install video on the Amp Pro for the non-Bose system in the Chevy, because what you can do in a Chevy 2018 and below, so basically just not the new body style. Oh, the 19 I think still works. Some of the late up because they changed it like mid-year in 19 went to the new body style on that one.
For the Amp Pro connection?
Yeah, so the Amp, well, they changed the truck interior and that screwed it all. But the Amp Pro from PAC, you don't need a high level to low level, so it actually works over the most bus. Okay, so you can take the factory non-amplified system, plug an Amp Pro in it, and the signal is still there. So it'll treat it like it's the Bose system and give you a preamp section. There is one caveat. On certain models, they've flashed the radio to where tuner only comes over the left channel. So like satellite, FM, tuner only play on left channel.
Okay.
I don't know. So there's a dip switch 3 that will automatically mirror the left channel to, when you're playing a tuner, to the right side.
But if it mirrors it, is it a mono signal?
It's not a mono, it's dual left. Because mono is lack of, so it's a dual left. It's not, mono is both combined. This is a dual left. However, when you're listening to Bluetooth, USB, anything external, it is still right and left. So no one listens to tuner anymore.
Or just talk radio if they do, right?
Yeah, so who cares? So you're good. So, like, we've done a bunch of them where we just, we do it, and it's like, the only, like, classic rock on the radio sounds weird, because, you get that drum that does this, it goes, it's like, beat, nothing, beat, nothing, beat, nothing. Right, you're like, oh, that sounds kind of odd. But yeah. So that's the solution for that. Dean, do you remember the previous model P3, and do you think the new one sounds better? So I think you're talking about that old gray, crappy P3.
Well, when we were a dealer.
Yeah, because I mean the aluminum one.
What was the P1 and P2 with a lot of the failures? Those were the bigger.
Yeah,
sellers.
where the top came off, where the
the plastic grayish color
would fall apart.
And
crack surround would come off.
Right, and people's
spider would
hairs and stuff would get in there.
Yeah, it was not. I think the current aluminum one has been out for a really long time, because that's one of the things that we complain about with Rockford is they haven't updated anything in forever. They finally just came out with new prime amplifiers.
Did they?
2020. So this is the first new car audio product that they've made in like 3 or 4 years. Everything has been for Harleys and motorsport and all that other silly stuff, which I think is like great if you're into that and you have that as a business model. But as you know, here in Florida, in this flat part of town, we really don't see a lot of side-by-side action.
Yeah. Well, the boat, so I guess.
Yeah, we don't have a facility.
They cater a little bit to marine.
Oh, they do a lot for marine.
Yeah,
but doesn't help us because we don't have a facility to actually put marine stuff in. All our marine stuff is done through a third party. It's kind of annoying. Hey, we just talked about that, Dean. Right? So, anyways, they just came out with new prime amps, so we're pretty excited about that. And Stop-start compatibility. Are you up to speed on stop-start?
What, in the cars? Like when you're driving, you're at the light and it stalls?
The motor shuts off and voltage drops down to nothing.
You take the foot off the brake and then...
Yeah. Yeah. Do you get any calls on that one?
Yeah. A couple. But I think most of the people
have figured it out. Yeah. Stop start's a nightmare. We do have a company now that we're using to do. Metra has come out with some interfaces, but we have a plug and play company that I honestly can't remember what it is. That we just have simple plug and play that you can just buy online. We sell them, but that you just plug in. So it's like on a Ford F-150, you just pull that top piece off, unplug the button, plug this into it. It's a memory minder. So what they're doing is they're just pushing the button for you. So it's just a little activation. So when the ignition cycles, it goes, oh, that was pushed. Let me push it for you. Because all those have to cycle through. And the problem with stop-start is that, of course, when the voltage drops down to 8.5 volts, the amplifiers don't like that. Like your amplifiers are probably 10-volt amplifiers, right? Most of them?
What, on the input signal?
Yeah, no. The minimum amount of voltage before they shut off and go into low voltage protection.
Yeah.
10 volts?
Try to keep it a little higher than 10 volts, people. Yeah, it'll go down to 10.
I mean, 10 is like the minimum. Like, it'll play, but it won't like it. Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, nothing in your vehicle will like it.
Yeah, I mean, like when we were testing kickers, the 801, the CX 801, it was like, Joe was like, dude, it'll do 8 volts all day long. And it's like, that's where we found out that on the amp dyno, the lowest you could run it is 9 volts.
Right.
And so we couldn't go to all the way down to as low as we wanted. At 9 volts, it was still putting out like... I'm not going to be 100% on this. Still putting out like 300 to 400 watts, I think.
Right.
Because the way that power supply is designed, it's going to create whatever you're giving it. It's not regulated in the sense that it's like it's always trying to put out 800 watts. It's just like, well, you're only giving me this, so this is all you're going to get.
Yeah,
which I think
makes
is great.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but it also makes people happy because their stuff doesn't cut off. Yeah. So from that perspective, it's like I spent money on it. It's like, yeah, why? Because you don't have enough power. But through a stop-start, it's not going to die. Now, what we did see is that the light came on to say, hey, don't do that, but it still played the whole time. And then when you cycle, it went away. So that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
It was cool. All right. When going active with a DSP, do you need to use the crossover for the tweeter? Ken, that is a wonderful question, and it gets asked quite a bit. So the concept here is that if you go through a active... All right, everyone wants to put a stopgap for the tweeter, meaning that if the guy decides somehow miraculously that his DSP decided this is what gets me. So if you're going to go through active, let's say you're going to cross your tweeter over at 3200 hertz, because that's just a nice place to start. 3200, 24 dB, right? Okay. You good? You follow me?
Yep.
So your mid-range is going to start the same plots, 3200, 24 dB, and then you're probably going to cross that over somewhere between 350-ish, 24 dB, and then the mid bass will pick up from there all the way down. Mm-hmm. Now, people are saying like put like a 47 microfarad cap on the tweeter in case something happens. What is going to happen that you're not going to know the minute you turn it on that DSP is no longer functioning the way it's supposed to, and that the only thing you're worried about is your tweeter?
Right.
If you've just lost your tune, you're going to know immediately because sound is going to go from here to out to there, and you're like, oh my gosh, what about my tweeters? No, you're going to be going, what the is going on with my... I just spent 4 hours tuning this, and now it's not playing. But my tweeters. No, you're not. I don't understand it, people. I don't understand. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. If you've lost your tune, your tweeters are the least of your concern.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, you got an $800 set of tweeters. I totally understand. Yeah. But you also have a $1,500 DSP behind it, and the likelihood of it failing is thin.
Yeah. Do you remember, like, I know you do, but like say 10 years ago, before we were really doing all this DSP stuff, right?
Back in the
And there's
time.
an amplifier. And there's a switch on there, high pass, low pass, right?
Yeah.
And then the head unit has a crossover.
Okay.
Which crossover do I use? That one?
Oh,
that
no,
one?
we still got to ask that question.
And get them, can I keep them both on just in case the one in the amp fails?
And that's why I wanted you on the show.
No, you wanted me on the show for the subwoofer.
No, I wanted you on the show for that because you're going to offer a different perspective than mine, and you're 100% correct. So now, let's say you're doing that Pioneer radio that has network mode.
Yes.
That has 3200 hertz, and you set it all up three-way through that. Who gave Dean sweet tea, right?
I like sweet tea right now.
I don't. It makes me wired. I don't do good with caffeine. I'm naturally like, Anyways, now, from that perspective, I 100% agree with, I want that cap on there. I want that 47 microfarad cap on my tweeter because I have an inferior product that's sending the signal to that tweeter, like you just said, and that I took my car to get serviced, they disconnected my battery, they left it disconnected for enough time to where the hard memory in it disappeared, and I pick up my car, and then the mechanic turns on my radio, and he's been playing it for an hour, and my tweeter's just been going balls to the wall. Playing
that never
range.
happens, though.
Because, no, that scenario will never happen. From that regards, yes, that passive crossover 47 microfarad on there is a great idea. The whole idea behind all of it, like if you want to put a cap on your tweeter to protect it against catastrophic failure of some other thing, is you want it low enough to where it is going to be there as a stopgap in case something bad happens, but it's also not going to affect the real crossover point that you're going for.
Yeah.
So, at 47, that's like what we used to cross over 3.5s at. So it's like 350. So tweeters can play that for a little bit of time. And that's also a 60V slope, so it's not like it's great. But you want it far enough away from that 3200, 12 dB, or whatever you decided your FS and did the multiply by 2 and 2040. You get that. Everyone knows how to do that, right? Anyways. Far enough away from that so it's not affected.
Yeah.
But there again, I think it really comes down to what am I going to be using as a crossover? The little dip switch thingy on the side, definitely that wouldn't be, because there again, guys in there, you get the guy cleaning your carpets and he like bumps the switch.
Yep.
And all of a sudden you've lost your crossover. That would suck. So, see?
I guess that could happen. I mean, they're pretty recessed.
Yeah. But I mean, if we're just worrying about really bad.
That vacuum tip is like a needle. Are you reading something?
Yeah. No, I was listening.
Trying to have a discussion.
I can listen and read. I've done. This is like the 500th show we've done of these.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like, I can read and Dean read. Bobby, horn tweeter reminds me of full range, old school swap meet speaker box. Hey man, remember the JBL boxes?
Of course, full range.
Yeah. So I had a guy.
MTX. Road Thunders.
Yeah, Road Thunders all the way. I think I think they're bringing those back.
Why not?
I had a guy that we built a wall. It was 212s in a porta box, or 212s in a bandpass up top, and then the JBL box down below, flushed in, all decked out, all trimmed up. Because he loved the way that box sounded for loud, because it was loud. This was like before louds existed, guys.
Yeah,
this was like the 90s. And he was I ended up hiring that guy, but he worked for me for years. And
so did you have one amp on that or two?
Oh, there was two.
Okay,
it was two, but it was funny. Did you ever hear like the image dynamic horns? Do you remember those?
The Wave guys?
Yes, the Wave guys.
Yeah, I had them in my. I had a Volkswagen Squareback, like a 73.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was...
You had them?
Yeah, I had a waveguide underneath the dash, and then I had 2 8s in the kick panels.
Okay.
And there were Macrum. Do you remember Macrum?
No.
Remember the funny hat with the red...
Yes.
I don't want to say a bad word, but red things that are sticking up. You don't remember that?
No.
Oh.
That's okay. I don't have to remember
That's
everything.
nice.
But yes, you won.
Nice.
One for Shane.
Macrum.
Did you like them?
No.
Okay, so we're not alone on that one.
No.
So I had to deal with...
At low volume.
I hated them at any volume.
I didn't like them.
So we were a big Image Dynamic dealer. Remember when we sold Image Dynamic? And so they sent me a pair. They sent me a pair of those and the 6.5s and everything. So I had those. They sent me those, the 6.5s, the crossovers, and a sub. And so I powered them with 2 Alpine Expert 505s.
Okay, yeah.
I actually still have those.
No,
I don't have anything else, but I don't have.
So they still work too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're good amps.
Yeah. I use those forever. But I was so excited to get them. That's why they sent them to us, because we'd never done a set, and they're like, "We're going to send you a set, and you're going to love them, and you're going to be putting them in every car you do." So Tregilis and I sat there and we made this giant C channel that went underneath the dash of my Dodge Ram. Because I'm like sitting there, he goes, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to mount these. And he's like, back away. And I was like,
sounds great.
Yeah. And so, yeah, when Trigilla says he's going to do something for it, you just back away because he's that guy that, like, he thinks of everything, but he never will finish it. So you just let him get to the point. And you go, I'll cover it. I got this.
Yeah.
You know what he builds now? Mandalorian armor.
Really?
Yes. That's his
You know
whole
what?
thing.
A buddy of mine, Phil, does as well, and I think
they probably know each other.
Because didn't Trigillis come up with the Street Charger?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he builds Mandalorian armor now. Big Mandalorian fan, as I said earlier. But yeah, he builds armor now. Because he's got everything. He's got a whole 3D CNC machine.
Of course.
You know, we'll do 12 by 12 pieces of foam. He's got the hand scanner. He's got 3D printers.
Wow.
He's got vacuum mold. You name it. Is
he still local?
Oh, yeah.
That's where we're going after this.
No, we're not. No. It's a dirt road, man. We're not going down that road. Anyways, I hated wave guides. Couldn't stand them.
Yeah.
Hey, from Portugal. Car gift. What's going on, buddy? Hey, Dean. Met some installer in Nashville that know you and Fernando. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm sorry. I have one guy, a friend of mine, that calls me up. He calls me up this week, and he goes, hey, man, what's going on, Dean? I said, no, what's going on? And I knew why he called because I could just hear it in his voice. He only calls me for one reason. When he has a customer in a store that walks in and says, do you know Dean and Fernando? He goes, and he just calls us. So he said he walked into his showroom, and he's like, he hears my voice because we talk. And he goes, are you listening to Dean and Fernando? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, you want to talk to him? He's like, yeah. So he called. So
right.
This guy in his waiting room could talk to us. Hey, Shay. Oh, yeah. So Robert was filling us in for this is our guest tonight has been Shane from Skar Audio. He was filling in for Fernando, who went to the Monster Truck Rally. We talked about a bunch of fun topics tonight. I tried not to make you too uncomfortable. I know I didn't succeed. I made you uncomfortable.
You could have done way worse.
I could have done way worse.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that though. We've been friends too long.
Yeah.
Help! I just got a 2016 Road looking at Kicker CX or Morel Maximo. Ooh, I'm gonna. John, I mean, I know you're a Kicker fan.
Can't you just get a Kicker CX for the left side
and a Maximo for the other?
For the right side?
So those Maximos are, dude, the 6x9s are phenomenal. The 6x9 components that they make are
so
like
does the
insane.
Road take 6x9s in the front?
I don't know what the Road takes in the front.
So
the
maybe
CX,
you can do Morel in the front.
But it's like that's a big price difference, man. Have you seen the new? Have you seen the new ones, John? So they have a whole new lineup of the Red Series, which is now gold. But those, so they've come, which we were talking about the other day. So what are they? The SR, SX, or the Red Series, the KS series now has. So they have 6x9 components, 5x7 components. They have a 2-inch or 2.5-inch that comes with all the little adapters to put them in everything. So it comes with 3 different adapters. They have a 3.5-inch that's bi-ampable.
Why not?
I know, right?
You know?
Crazy!
How long have I been talking about it?
Yeah,
How long have you been talking
Kickers,
about
yes, exactly. Thank you, Bobby. 6.5, 6, yeah, so, I mean, you're not going to be bad with either one of them. I mean, you know, the Morel is going to be a little bit more tame and mellow, and the Kicker will probably be a little bit more like in your face.
Yeah.
Hi, Shane from Skar Audio. What did you do to Fernando? Fernando, we ate him. We cooked him up and ate him. No, he went to the Monster Truck. He took Junior to the Monster Truck. Found a good deal on the Morels. Buy the Morels. If you've never had the Morels, buy the Morels. By all means, try them. I mean, you only live once. You might as well hear everything you can. Did you miss my question I asked in Super Chat? All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
And I know he's probably talked about this before, but any mids and highs that you put in your car, just make sure you sound deaden the vehicle as much as you can. It helps with.
Yeah, sound deadening is.
It even helps with your factory speakers.
Sound deadening is not for vibration reduction. It is to sound deaden.
Shane, how did you get started in car audio?
Yeah, I talked for a minute.
Okay, how did I get started in car audio? In high school, I had wood shop, and everybody was making these funny little trays. You bring your parents breakfast and stuff like that. And I built a bandpass for 2 Alpine component set. They're not subwoofers, they were components. So they were just 6.5-inch door speakers, and I made a bandpass and poured it in everything. I didn't know what I was doing, and it sounded okay. And then the kids in school wanted me to build boxes for their cars. So I started doing that, and then my friend Matt would do the wiring. So I would build the boxes, and he would do the wiring, and then at the end of the day, that was it.
Still talk to Matt?
No, I haven't talked to Matt in a long time.
What was that guy you used to work with? I always forget his name. That worked for the cable company.
You do know I work with a lot of people.
No, the guy you used to work with at Audio. Was
at Audio, Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a more specific name.
I'm sorry. All right, so 2019 Honda Civic Touring. The real question is amped sub or amp sub separate that has good output. Looking at the JL Audio amp sub box. So up until this point in my life, I'm a big fan of like the Rockford P300, okay, which is the amp sub all-in-one.
Yeah.
It's nice, it's simple.
And we're coming out with one soon.
Are you? Oh,
yeah.
Very good, cool. So my big thing is I like that. Like, I think it's great. Like, I have one in Haley's car. I think it's, if there's enough power, like they make the P500 now, which is bigger and has 500 watts.
Yep.
I think that's fun. And like, I was talking to a girl earlier today. She opened her trunk and she had the old school big 5002 Rockford in there and two P3s. P3 subs in a big box, and it was smashed into her floor. And they're like, "We want to get this fixed." And I'm like, "Do we really need this? I mean, do you need this much bass? You know, the radio's blown up." So I'm like, "Why don't we just put like a P300 in there and scale it back, and you can actually use your trunk to put something in?" Because she hasn't used her trunk in 10 years. You know, because it's just destroyed now.
Right.
So I like that. However, I'm excited this year because of the new Key 501 that's going to give us the ability to just put a small amplifier somewhere that has fixing capability.
Yeah.
And now I can put, like, if I want to put a Skar in there, I can put a Skar in there. If I want to put, you know what I mean? I have more options.
Yes.
So I'm kind of, like, up until... Like we talk about a lot. Yesterday this was the best thing ever, and then the new thing came out, so this is not... No, the old thing is still great. So I still love that all-in-one scenario. I think it's nice. I think you can make that real pretty.
Yeah.
I think it's the most functional way of doing it. However, I'm also going to get excited this year being able to do versatility and have that 2-amp thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's my thought on it.
Yes.
But jail's good. All right, guys. That's it for today. It's been an hour.
Went fast.
It does go fast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you, Shane from Skar Audio, for coming in and putting up with us. You guys are great as always. It is Saturday night. Before we do that, DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can go to find all the cool tools that we use in the show. Teespring/store/5stars, where you can pick up the cool 5-star t-shirts. We're on Patreon. And they can find Skar at scaraudio.com, right? It's real simple.
It's a pretty nice website.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It is a nice website. I like all the pictures of like the woofers next to like garbage.
Yeah.
That's like, that's like so 80s.
Concrete and
yeah, concrete and yeah. We just need some pictures. Yeah, got a hammer? We're gonna beat it in. Anyways, hey, listen, it's Saturday night. We want to see you guys back here on Monday, which Fernando will be back on Monday. So this weekend, while you're out having a good time, remember, Uber, Lyft, they're cheap. Use them.
Be safe.
Be safe. Be totally safe.
Watch out for the tornadoes.
There's tornadoes?
Well, he just said something about he had to go. There was tornado warnings.
Oh,
in
crap.
Alabama. So be safe, everybody.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful weekend as always. We'll see you back here Monday on Facebook for the Facebook Live show. Car Audio Talk with Dean and Fernando. All right, guys. See ya.